it's kind of already crazy that we're going into the second week of the Resistance event within World War II. This past week has been incredibly busy for myself, but hopefully you guys have had the opportunity to play a lot of prop hunt, get a lot of double XP, whatever it may be that you guys were looking forward to within the first week of the Resistance event. And then moving forward, we're gonna have a lot more stuff coming throughout the next couple of weeks. Now, of course, you probably already took advantage of some of the weapons and some of the orders to get those weapons for free. Once again, prop hunts and the double XP, that sort of stuff was exclusive to week 1 only and will be returning later in week 5, I believe it is, for the Resistance event. But I want to take this time today in this video to let you guys know about all the upcoming changes you'll be seeing for the Resistance event and Call of Duty World War II in general going forward into week 2 of the Resistance event. Pretty much all the stuff up on the daily calendar that you'd have across the board for the Resistance event at the moment, that including the double XP, how that's going to work out, the orders and the contracts, the featured playlists, all that kind of stuff is going to be swapped out from what you know. So this past week, it was double XP and double weapon XP. We had various contracts and orders intermittently through there, and we also had ones that were specific to prop hunt, which of course we won't see because it's not going to be returning in week 2. But with all that aside, the week 2 content starts again with a free weekly Resistance supply drop that you'll be able to get from your mail station. That's something that you don't have to do anything in particular. You just need to log on, go over to the mail station like you would with your armory credits, and then there you'll be able to redeem your Resistance supply drop, to which you have a chance of getting one Resistance item out of each of those drops. And of course, we're still gonna have a ton of opportunities to get a lot more via the orders and contracts, but we'll get there in just a second. Now, as for the double XP stuff, this week, we end up actually having double XP on divisions across all modes. So unfortunately, if you guys are trying to rank up your player or anything like that, we're not gonna be seeing double XP in terms of the soldier rank for another couple of weeks here. I believe, once again, week 5 is the next time that comes back for the final week of the event itself. So this week, we have double division XP. If you still need to rank up your divisions to, say, prestige them all or whatever it may be, this is actually a great time to take advantage of Resistance Division. If you guys are looking to get that brand new pistol, that is the Division Prestige reward, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you grind out the Resistance Division in this one in particular. But that said, double XP on divisions. As for the weekly orders, we don't have anything tying into prop hunt this week, and really nothing tying into any sort of special mode, because we'll get there in a second and explain why. There's actually not a featured playlist this week. But that said, the weekly orders are to complete 30 matches for a 2x Resistance bribe, which I am totally all for. 30 matches is something you can breeze through and probably in a casual manner, maybe 2 to 3 days, but still, it's something that you get 2 Resistance bribes, which will end up giving you 3 guaranteed items from the Resistance collection, not just that one that you normally get in the Resistance supply drop. Next, you can end up getting 100 kills with a tactical knife in the Resistance division for a Resistance supply drop, and then you can get 30 headshots with a pistol for a Resistance supply drop. Those are all weekly orders, so you have the entire week to redeem them, and of course, unlike contracts, there's no time frame on them. So if you're not somebody that really goes for pistol headshots all that much, then don't worry, you don't really have a time frame working against you here. But as for the daily orders, well, this is where we start to see some of these crossovers and loops of these, because there's actually only 4 of them, and then a rotation starts over. So the first day, you'll end up having the ability to get 30 kills with the Resistance Division. The second day, January 31st, get 25 kills with a tactical knife. February 1st, get 35 kills with a pistol, and then February 2nd, get 5 multi-kills with a pistol. And then that's where the rotation starts over, and you see that sort of just loop back around, so that on the 3rd, you can end up seeing the January 30th challenge all over again, and it goes from there on. Now, those daily orders, once again, give you a Resistance supply drop, but that won't replace all of the daily orders in which you can end up getting double XP, double weapon XP, armory credits, whatever it may be that you might end up trying to get from those daily orders. Now, as for the contracts, these are exactly the same as last week. So 35 kills in any mode, 35 kills with the pistol, 55 kills in war, 5 headshots in domination, 30 kills in the Resistance division, and 5 headshots in team deathmatch. Those are all identical to what we had last week. So if you guys were enjoying the grind for those, then of course you have the ability to do those all over again here for another week entirely. That's something that I swear at the beginning of the event I thought I saw some that were specific contracts for demolition and prop hunt, but now looking through once again, it doesn't seem like that's the case, and these are all pretty standard the entire way through within the entire Resistance event. So once again, those contracts will be time based, they'll cost you armory credits to end up activating. Not all that many compared to what we saw with the last ones, which is nice. I like having the ability to save more so armory credits and not have to spend as much, but also still get the supply drops as a reward. So make sure you take advantage of all these, and of course you'll have the best chance to unlock stuff from the collections within the Resistance events, and of course you can take advantage and start chipping away at those weapon variants that are actually in the collections themselves. Now, whittling down to it, we talked very briefly about a featured playlist within World War II for this upcoming week, and how there really isn't one coming up. And so yes, you're not going to be seeing anything like a featured playlist like prop hunts or like a demolition or anything like that, and it's the only week out of the event in which we don't have anything of a featured playlist, as the week after is demolition and week 4 is gun game, then week 5 is prop hunt and bomb mosh pit with demolition and S&D all in one, with double XP in those featured playlists in week 4 and 5. But this week is the only week out of the Resistance event in which we don't have a featured playlist. And that is due because the Resistance DLC itself comes out starting tomorrow as well. So once again, we do have this update going live that will change a little bit of the calendar for what we see in the Resistance event, but we're also going to be having this update that brings in the DLC as a whole. So with that, we'll be able to probably see some featured playlists that isn't a part of the Resistance event, but will be maybe say for DLC 24/7 or something like that. And as a result, it won't be listed with the Resistance event because it's not a part of the Resistance event. It's its own separate thing for the DLC, or maybe it's just not going to be any of that. Maybe we don't have a featured playlist as is, but it is a result of the launch of DLC 1 for World War II, which is again live for PlayStation 4 starting tomorrow. Xbox One and PC unfortunately just kind of miss out on a featured playlist as is because the DLC is not live to them yet. That'll be live on presumably March the 1st, whenever we end up seeing that. That's 30 days after the launch of PlayStation 4's, which is the licensing agreement that PlayStation has with Call of Duty and Activision for the exclusivity. But that said, there's not going to be a featured playlist coming for this upcoming week. But that said, we talked about a little bit of an update, and we talked a little bit about this even further yesterday, but just to recap and put it all into one, there probably will be some few changes in terms of gameplay that we end up seeing coming tomorrow as well. Not just a part of the Resistance event, but as the game entirely as a whole. One such thing that seemingly is going to be coming immediately is that of the Flak Gun Defense event within the headquarters. This is something that was teased for a long time. Even before launch, we ended up getting, I think it was the headquarters trailer was the first initial look that we had at this, in which we saw planes flying overhead, we had some people running into battle stations, and of course we had the flak guns trying to shoot down everything within the headquarters. Now, that said, there's a couple of flak guns within the headquarters. There's, I believe, 3 or 4 if I'm not mistaken off the top of my head, and not looking at the headquarters at the moment. But this is something in which Condry, once again, keeping up with his little daily updates here, or semi-daily now because we've gotten a lot of stuff and it's more so grind time at the studio, but he ended up making a thread over on Reddit saying, grease up those flak guns, and the only thing outside of that title that he put in the body, the text of that, is bold, just saying. So that's something that, once again, we should be getting ready for this very shortly, and I'm assuming it's going to be in conjunction with a bunch of other things that are rolled out. Once again, Domination XL, we're still missing. That was something that we've been looking forward to for quite some time since Condry and Sledgehammer opened up this open line of communication over on Reddit. We also hopefully will be seeing the introduction of the paint shops in the headquarters once again, where you can create custom camos. We once again saw that this was talked about in conjunction with the emblems, seemingly like they'd be coming in tandem at the same time to the game, but emblems are already updated. You could already create, share, upload, all that kind of stuff within World War II. That came with the Resistance patch that really brought the Resistance event into being here within World War II, but paint shops still are not anywhere to be seen just yet, but this is probably the best time to introduce it. Afterwards, then we have all kinds of other cool stuff like we talked about yesterday, maybe the revolver coming into the game itself, but all that said, we have a lot of stuff here on the table. We have a patch coming tomorrow that will introduce the world to DLC 1, at least on PlayStation 4 here at this, but that patch that needs to go live will be going live across the board here, especially in the form of at least a hotfix and a playlist update to start week 2 of the Resistance event. So there's a lot of cool stuff you should keep your eyes out for, and of course, immediately both within DLC and the Resistance event, there's something I think everybody can find enjoyable out of this. So that said, that's what we're gonna wrap this up here. Want to let you guys know about the changes coming for week 2 of the Resistance event, and of course, maybe some stuff that will be coming coming as a result of not the Resistance event, but just the timing of it all. So that said, love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. Is there anything that you're hoping comes to the Resistance events out of this playlist update, this update for DLC 1, whatever it may be? But we're still only in week 2 of the Resistance event, so we have a lot of stuff to look forward to going forward the next 3 weeks also. So if there's anything you guys would hope to see in terms of maybe say something that's sneaking a hotfix, let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding Call of Duty World War II. We're gonna be killing it with the content. DLC 1 drops tomorrow, so hopefully if I can get away from my college schedule a little bit, I'll be streaming some stuff. I'll be having some tips, guides, tutorials, all that kind of stuff for you guys if you guys are interested in that. And if you're interested in anything regarding best tips, tricks, class setups, news, information, updates, all that good stuff, we always keep it covered here up on the channel, so make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing of that. And finally, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that's the best place to get connected outside of YouTube. Practically live on Twitter, so if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. But all that said, now to the way, hope you guys had a fantastic day. Thanks so much for watching. Mine is an espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.